Origin just home UX, and this is Operation Mount Hope 3. Mount Hope 3. Nightstalkers stole a helicopter. Now I'm guessing this has something to do with the Chinook, the helicopter, because somebody told me in the comment about the Chinook video, like this is also something like that. Yeah. Okay, it's really hard to find. I would have, grouped this with that video yesterday, but I didn't know this has anything to do with the Chinook, apparently. Yeah. So, yeah, this is some kind of an operation that Nightstalkers did with the Chinook or something. I don't know. I like electrician and electrician type of videos, right? This is the older videos, I guess, a year or two old. Nowadays, he doesn't have this kind of TikTok style videos, like full wide videos, which is more of a story type, like badass people and things like that. Mostly events, Berlin Wall, things like that. But yeah, this old video, I don't know, he should do this type of videos more. Not this like vertical type, but talking about planes and things. I like his equipment video. He should talk. Did he made like M1 Abrams type of video? I don't know. I don't think I've seen that. Right? He should make a different type of. He hasn't made an F-22 type of. He has made like F-22 versus F4 that incident, but he hasn't made the full video about F-22 or something. I mean, Federation is just like American patriotic type of, that's what his style is. And then there are some equipments like F-22 is like so OP, like his take would be so awesome and funny. Let's just say he could shit on metric system and things like that. It would be funny, so he should do that, I guess. I'm guessing he'll do that one day. But yeah, so let's watch this one. Remember, if you like my don't forget to subscribe. So I know which type of videos to react to more. Check out the extended, this link in the description. And what the fuck, this black spot is not going? I just noticed it. Man, acne is annoying, especially at my age. Especially the way I look and the way I sound. It's like, what am I, a child? No. It's like, yeah. People hear my thick voice, see beard, see my muscles, like, okay, wait a minute, he must be in, like, 28, 30 or something like that. And then they see acne, like, where is that going? It's all because of fucking pre-workout things. Nobody tells you, go to gym, work out, yeah, but if you take pre-workout and shit, yeah, this is gonna happen. Let's watch it.
Operation Mount Hope 3. It all started in 1977 when the Soviets released their new attack helicopter, the Mi-25 Hind. This thing weighed in at 18,000 pounds and had titanium armor, as well as titanium rotors, making it basically impervious to small arm fire. Then it had all your basic attack helicopter stuff, Gatling guns, cannons, missiles, rockets.
Did he just praise the Russian equipment? What just happened?
Blah, blah, blah. But what made this thing truly unique is it had the ability to carry 8 troops, not counting the 2 pilots. So being able to operate as armored troop transport with all that firepower was kind of a big deal. So I guess you could say the Soviets knew how to build a pretty good helicopter. It's a good thing they couldn't land a man on the moon, though. Or win a Cold War. How'd that happen? Cue the comment section. Buh! America didn't win the Cold War. Buh. Look, I can count on no hands how many Soviet unions there are today, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it a win. Anyways, a number of years later, the Soviets would begin making
Okay, who in the fuck claims the United States didn't win Cold War? Do you know what it means to win Cold War? Do you know, like, because of Apollo mission, more than like third or even like half of it, basically, GDPs of the world can trace back to Apollo mission. Apollo mission being a thing that happened because of Cold War. They wouldn't have done it without it. Because of like Cold War, they did that shit, right? And every information technology and all the technology shit goes back to that one. America did that shit, right? There is no Soviet Union. Soviet Union fell. America won the Cold War. In every way, even the monopoly today, right? People say like, oh, look at that, like China's GDP is increasing, this country's GDP is increasing, United States is not going to be top, this and that. I don't think so. You can't just linearly check charts like that. There are certain monopolies US has. I don't see US dropping top spot anytime soon. So how the fuck that didn't win Cold War? That doesn't even make sense. Whenever I talk about this, like, okay, why are you praising United States, this and that? It's not about praising United States. It's about like what is fact. It's not either this is propaganda, that is propaganda. There are certain facts. Obviously, it's like it's a spectrum. There is no either this and that. But based on the spectrum, you can make a pretty good judgment which is what. In today's world, I have to like explain shit like this because, everything's like a fake news or either it's propaganda if it doesn't agree with you. No, that's not work. People need to learn how to like navigate through shit and what is true and not based on the evidence, right? Even like saying something like this is a fact is a too much thing now.
the Mi-24 Hind. It was essentially a slightly cheaper export model that they would sell to foreign militaries. But they wouldn't sell one to America or any NATO allies because, well, the Cold War. Which is a bold strategy because Uncle Sam's gonna get one way or another, so you might as well make money off of it. At some point, you gotta realize you're dealing with America, okay? We built the 7th biggest pyramid on the planet and put a fucking Bass Pro Shop inside of it. And I've said it once and I'll say it again, bigger isn't always better. Our pyramid is the best pyramid on the planet. Sure, there's 6
Memphis Bass Pro Shops. Wait a minute, what about the pyramid in Las Vegas? That's not the bigger than
bigger pyramids, but guess what they have in them? Dead guys. As opposed to ours, it has fishing poles and shotguns and fucking air conditioning, which is way cooler. Literally. I'm trying to tell you, Uncle Sam's about to flip the script, pull the communism card, and make it our attack helicopter. So June 1988, the American government finds out that the Libyan military left one of their attack helicopters just laying around in the desert all willy-nilly, and an order is given from the White House. We're gonna fucking steal it. I mean, acquire it. June 10th, 1988.
I mean, the stealth technology that USA uses kind of like originated with one Russian scientist. When United States realized, wait a minute, like this is kind of stealth thing, and since then they've like used with like big wing and all those things, right? I'm pretty sure like I remember that from somewhere. So yeah, there's
2 C-5 Galaxies would depart from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. On those C-5s were the members of the 160th Nightstalkers, as well as 2 of their signature Johnny Cash Chinooks. The C-5s would land in Chad, 500 miles from the objective. The Nightstalkers would unload their Chinooks, fly 500 miles to the objective in the fucking dark. They would arrive to the objective completely unnoticed, at which point they would rip off the rotors and the wings off the Hind and throw them in the back of one of the Chinooks. They would then sling load the rest of the Hind onto the other Chinook. And if you don't know...
I like how Chinook is like treated as like a road version of SUV, like how we use this SUV, right? So put some shit in like back of the like your pickup truck or SUV, whatever. In United States, basically pickup truck. Anything besides United States, people use SUV as that. Like, throw shit in the back and just, like, tow things. That's what they did with this. Sling load is just a military term for get me some fucking tow straps. I swear this actually happened. And here's the deal. Remember how I said that thing was 18,000 pounds? Yeah, they took off the rotors and the wings, but it was still above the manufacturer's specs for what a Chinook is supposed to be able to pick up. But you gotta realize, we're talking about the Nightstalkers here. Manufacturer specs, the Pirates Code, the Geneva Convention, all that shit's just recommendations. Hold my beer. So they take off, it's going great, and then they hit a sandstorm, fly right through it, 0 fucks given. So they make it back to the rally point, they unsling load the Hind, and then they fed it to a shark. I'm just kidding, that's a C5. They load from the front like that. Yeah, kind of cool. Anyways, they load that up, then they load their Chinooks up, and they take back off towards America. They would land back in Fort Campbell, Kentucky 67 hours after originally departing. And today, that exact helicopter can be seen in a museum in Birmingham, Alabama. Because fucking America. Merch and other links are available at thefatelectrician.com. Yep, there you go. Look, man, like I said, right? Appraise where the praise is needed. So I do know that Russians basically do this kind of shit even more a lot. I've seen way too many videos where they just basically like tow fucking entire airplanes on a helicopter and shit, right? So yeah, but for this video mostly just like tells me like how strong Chinook is. They can just fucking tow a whole helicopter like that, right? And I'm guessing like, you know, Russia's one of the strength is like this kind of attack helicopter. Like even though like US has like Apache and things like that, I'm guessing this kind of like a tank style, like you know, titanium plating and everything, like how this Me type of Me 25 whatever that was, right? I saw one of the video about that. It's like helicopter thing is like Russia is really strong at it. Is that the case? Do US has equivalent helicopter to do this nowadays or what? Because I feel like, you know, Russia has like way too many Me style helicopters. Just where they, you know, they used to like put way too many emphasis on tank. A few years ago, their stats of tanks were insane. Like nobody had as much number of tanks as Russia did a few years ago. I don't know what the case is today. So I'm guessing helicopter is also one of those things that they put really effort into it. Because where they are, I guess, I don't know what strategy they use. But yeah, way too many Soviet, you know, meanwhile in Russia, meanwhile in Soviet Union type of video I've seen where they just like fucking tow entire planes and tanks and God knows what. But yeah, Chinook is really strong. That Osprey video I just saw from Now What You Think, you know, obviously like the Chinook is really old compared to Osprey, but Osprey is just like more of a hybrid version, right? It's like a you know, like a plane and Chinook type helicopter in one. So I'm guessing that can also carry you know, big shit like this, tow it too, I guess, if it wants. Yeah, you know, this kind of helicopters you always watch in like movies and games, basically like cargo support things which can tow tow a lot of things, which can carry a lot of things, which is like, when you think about it, like it just rotor, like literally helicopter flying it. You know, nowadays it's just become intuitive, but when you really think about like, holy shit, how is it like towing that much in the air? Like a truck or something on the road makes sense, but like flying, yeah, that's just great. Alright, well, if you like my Rickson, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.